Good evening, Richmond. I'm Brittany O'Neill, VJ of Beyond the Music. We're hanging out at the Tobacco Company in the lounge room with good old One Night Standard. Keep wanting to call you guys Zipline. Let's Zipline. That's your old name, right? One Night Standard, where did that come from? What's really like the meaning behind that? Is there a certain meaning behind it?
It's kind of like going into the night, with like trying to keep our heads straight, not think about the past or the future, just like get down the point that night and just like set a standard for that night. Like, let's do this, do it maybe different one night than the other, but let's just focus on that one night at a time.
Who writes the music?
I would say that a couple of our songs are written by Alex, and a couple written by me, and I'd say Greg and Tyler both just are good enough to just pick something up and get the basic idea that we'll show them the basic idea of it, and then they'll kind of dangle it into their own awesomeness.
Does it come from any sort of like inspiration from any other like bands that you guys know? Like, do you guys share a certain inspiration together, or is it all kind of separate? Like,
well, I was just gonna say, I think the dynamics come from once we're up on stage and feeling the music, the dynamics and everything happens just from the adrenaline going and feeling the music. And I mean, I know 3 of us played metal in high school, and Alex has definitely played some metal in his time. So just combining like that past interest in a genre of music and with what we're playing now,
so you said that you guys met your freshman year. Did you start playing music immediately together, or did you kind of...
My biggest concern about going to school was definitely not classes or anything. It was just like, am I going to be able to have a good time, number one. Actually, number one was, am I going to be able to find people to play music with? And that kind of ties into having a good time. But, of course, I walk in, go into the bathroom to take care of some business, and look in his door and see four guitar cases. So I was pretty pumped.
So how long, you guys have been together for how long?
2 months.
2 months, okay. And what are your like long-term goals? What do you expect out of this, really?
For me, at least, just to get exposure, and I guess our main thing right now is to just work on all kind of fitting a good schedule in and starting to get more gigs and whatnot. It's kind of hard with everyone doing their own thing, working, out of town, in town, and whatnot. So I think our main thing is to just get our heads on straight with that and get a set schedule kind of, and then from there just show people our music.
I think all of us, I was going to say really quick, I think we've all wanted to keep a band going, but we've all, the past few years lived different parts of Virginia, Roanoke, Richmond, Blacksburg, and now that we're all back together in Richmond, we're all working, we all have busy schedules, but if we can get together and get a couple practices in a week, I'd like it to go for a while. I think that'd be great.
I hope it does. It's very wonderful. Thank you guys so much for coming out to Be On The Music. Yeah, we had a great night tonight, and thank everybody, thank the supporters and everybody for coming out to Be On The Music.
We have the next original is called Hold My Tongue. Alex wrote this song.